Discover inspiring stories while improving your American English with English Stories with Alex. I share powerful narratives like Chung Ju Young's journey from poverty to building Hyundai, delivering authentic language, cultural insights, and timeless wisdom in every video. Subscribe now to join thousands of viewers who enhance their English while gaining inspiration from extraordinary lives. Hit that notification bell and become part of our community where great stories meet language learning. The legendary autobiography of the late Hyundai Group chairman, Chung Ju Yung, 1915 to 2001, offers a profound journey through the extraordinary life of one of the world's most formidable business pioneers. This remarkable account does more than chronicle events. It provides intimate access to the mindset of a man who transformed South Korea's economic landscape and built a global empire from sheer determination and unwavering vision. Born on November 25, 1915, into crushing poverty in Tongcheon County of what is now North Korea, Chung Ju Young's childhood was defined by hardship that would have broken most spirits. Yet within those difficult early years, the seeds of an indomitable character were planted, one that would eventually reshape industries and inspire generations. The autobiography reveals how a young boy from a destitute farming family harbored dreams far beyond his circumstances, dreams that seemed impossible to everyone but him. 3 times he fled his family home and the confines of rural life, first at age 16 in 1931, again at 18, and finally at 19, driven by an unquenchable thirst to carve his own path in the business world. With empty pockets but a mind full of ideas, Chung embarked on a journey that defies belief. Each page of his story pulses with the raw energy of a man who refused to accept the limitations others placed upon him. I had nothing, he writes with striking candor, except an absolute certainty that I could create something from nothing if given the opportunity. What began as a humble auto repair service in 1940 would eventually expand into an empire spanning automobile manufacturing, construction, shipbuilding, and beyond. In 1947, amid the chaos of post-World War II Korea, he established Hyundai Engineering and Construction Company, the first cornerstone of what would become the mighty Hyundai Group. By 1967, he launched Hyundai Motor Company, which produced Korea's first mass-produced car by 1975. In 1973, Hyundai Heavy Industries completed its first supertanker, defying skeptics who claimed it was impossible. The Hyundai story, as told through Chung's eyes, unfolds like an epic novel, except every triumph and setback actually happened. The road was anything but smooth. Just as success seemed within reach, circumstances would conspire to knock him back to square one. A lesser person might have surrendered to despair, but not Chung Ju Yung. What distinguishes his narrative from countless other business biographies is his revolutionary perspective on failure itself. Each setback, he explains with the wisdom of someone who has weathered countless storms, was not a failure, but merely a challenge to overcome, a lesson to absorb, a stepping stone toward the next attempt. The emotional resonance of his philosophy becomes apparent as he describes building Korea's first-ever shipyard in 1972, a project experts around the world deemed impossible. With no experience in shipbuilding and facing skepticism from international financiers, Chung personally traveled to London to secure funding from Barclays Bank, a pivotal moment that occurred in 1971. When asked about his shipbuilding experience, he showed them photographs of a model ship he had built himself, displaying the infectious confidence and creative problem-solving that would become his hallmark. Throughout the autobiography published in 1991, Chung distills powerful insights that transcend business strategy to become life philosophy. His words carry the weight of experience. Everything in life achieves balance. Good fortune and misfortune visit all people equally. What matters most is persistent effort, never-ending effort, and the ability to recognize opportunity when it appears. This perspective forms the cornerstone of his worldview. Whether you define each stumble as a failure or simply another challenge, determines whether you will ultimately succeed or not. Define your falls as failures, and failures they become. Define them as tests of character, as challenges to overcome, and you become unconquerable. Chung's writing possesses a rare quality, the ability to inspire without sugarcoating reality. He never pretends the path to success is easy or guaranteed. Instead, he acknowledges the brutal difficulties while demonstrating that the human spirit, when properly harnessed, can overcome seemingly insurmountable obstacles. The heart of this autobiography reveals the management principles that enabled Chung to operate a massive conglomerate with numerous subsidiaries across multiple industries and countries. His approach to leadership combines seemingly contradictory elements: unwavering determination with flexible tactics, exacting standards with compassionate understanding, bold vision with meticulous attention to detail. A leader must be like water, he writes, powerful enough to carve canyons, yet adaptable enough to find alternate paths when blocked. This philosophy allowed Hyundai to pivot quickly when necessary, while never losing sight of long-term objectives. American readers will find particular resonance in Chung's emphasis on self-reliance and innovation, values deeply embedded in the American entrepreneurial spirit. Yet his approach differs in its emphasis on collective achievement alongside individual excellence, reflecting the unique cultural fusion that contributed to his success. Chung's primary motivation in writing this autobiography was to pass his hard-earned knowledge to younger generations. With remarkable generosity, he shares his most painful lessons and closely guarded business secrets so that others might navigate the treacherous waters of entrepreneurship with greater confidence. Contemporary readers will discover principles that have only grown more relevant in today's volatile business environment. The importance of focusing on fundamentals rather than chasing trends, why vertical integration can create competitive advantages in certain industries, how to maintain quality control across diverse business units, when to trust instinct over conventional wisdom, and the critical balance between risk-taking and calculated decision-making. Perhaps most valuable are his insights on resilience, the capacity to absorb disappointment without surrendering hope. In an era where startup culture often glorifies failure as a badge of honor, Chung offers a more nuanced perspective. View setbacks not as failures to celebrate, but as challenges to overcome on the path toward ultimate success. This philosophy was profoundly tested during the Asian financial crisis of 1997, when at age 82, Chung personally donated $500 million of his own wealth to help South Korea pay its national debt. Beyond business strategy, this autobiography reveals the deeply human side of a legendary figure. Chung recounts personal sacrifices, moments of doubt, and the emotional toll of high-stakes decision-making with refreshing honesty. For all his accomplishments, he never portrays himself as superhuman or infallible. "I made countless mistakes," he admits. "The difference was that I refused to be defined by them." This humility, combined with his extraordinary achievements, makes his story accessible despite the remarkable heights he reached. Readers from all walks of life, whether aspiring entrepreneurs, mid-career professionals, or those simply seeking inspiration, will find themselves drawing parallels to their own challenges. What elevates Chung Ju Young's autobiography from interesting to transformative is its practical application. His philosophy isn't merely theoretical, but lived experience, tested in the crucible of real-world challenges. Each principle he shares comes with illustrative examples from his own journey, providing both the what and the how of implementation. This approach makes his wisdom actionable rather than abstract. Readers won't simply close the book feeling temporarily inspired. They'll close it equipped with specific mental frameworks for navigating their own obstacles. For American readers in particular, Chung's story resonates with the nation's foundational myths of self-made success while offering fresh perspectives from a different cultural tradition. His 1998 historic drive across the DMZ into North Korea with 500 cattle, a symbolic repayment of the cow he took when fleeing his hometown decades earlier, exemplifies his unique approach to reconciliation and responsibility. His emphasis on turning obstacles into opportunities, on reimagining failure as merely another form of challenge, speaks to anyone who has faced seemingly insurmountable barriers. In a world increasingly defined by disruption and uncertainty, Chung Ju Young's philosophy offers something precious, a roadmap for maintaining optimism and forward momentum when circumstances conspire against progress. This perhaps is the book's greatest gift, not just business acumen, but a mindset that transforms how we experience adversity itself. As he eloquently states in the final chapters, life will always present walls that appear impossible to scale. The secret is recognizing that these walls exist primarily in our minds. Once we understand this truth, no challenge remains unconquerable. For generations of readers, these words have transformed from mere inspiration to lived reality, a testament to the enduring power of Chung Ju Young's remarkable legacy. From his passing on March 21, 2001, to the present day, his philosophy continues to inspire entrepreneurs worldwide, while the Hyundai group he built from nothing stands as one of the most recognizable global brands and a testament to his extraordinary vision. If you've been inspired by this story of resilience and transformation, consider subscribing to English Stories with Alex on YouTube, where we explore more extraordinary narratives that can change your perspective and fuel your own journey to success. Join our community today to discover how these timeless principles can be applied to overcome your own challenges and achieve your greatest ambitions.